everybody doing? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Dave Chappelle Netflix special, which, full disclosure, I haven't watched yet. But I was listening to a Joe Rogan clip yesterday, and I don't even know who he was talking to, but Rogan was kind of lamenting. He was pointing out that the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix has like a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 99 something, fan approval. So the way that they set it up was they had 5 critics watch the Dave Chappelle special, and they all gave it a 0. So they said, well, the official score is 0, and the fans or the people who watched the show rated it like 90, whatever. They all loved it. And I think from what I understand about the Chappelle special is he talks a little bit about he kind of does the Jimmy Dore thing where he pokes a stick at the Democratic establishment, like Obama's legacy and the Democratic Party's lack of a potential real candidate. Again, I still say Tulsi Gabbard's getting the raw end of that deal because she. One of the polls had her dead even with Kamala Harris, but they're still not going to allow her to be in the debates. Different video for a different time. Anyways, what was interesting was Rogan was pointing out that that's a huge disparity to say like the established media, which in this case represented by Rotten Tomatoes, is trying to push this idea that this is rotten. If we give it a low enough score, no one will watch it. It'll just disappear into the darkness. And then it didn't turn out that way at all because people came out and saw it and they all loved it. So what he was lamenting at that point was, is there no place to go where you get an unbiased, just unfiltered, not driven by some major corporation the way that Netflix is now a pretty large organization and tied in or getting favor from establishment media. And therefore, in Rogan's mind, they're compromised, right? They're not giving you the honest truth about a really good evaluation of how good any show is if it bucks the official narrative of whatever. So he's lamenting, like, where is it that we're going to go for unfiltered, unclear, unbiased information about this is something good or bad? And his guest kind of pointed out, well, Rogan, your show does it. He's like, yeah, but I don't have that big an audience. I think that all threw back to what I've been saying about, I hope my channel gets to be this way at some point, but YouTube in general, the people that I jump into YouTube to follow are these normal, everyday people who are trying to put out their pure, sincere feelings about this show or this event or this, I guess anything really. YouTube, before the algorithm started screwing and suppressing all this normal Joe, call it average Joe commentary, because the internet now allows for this average Joe to get out there and put his own unspun review of this media package or this political candidate or this historical event. There's a lot. YouTube is, it's very, very powerful. I think its power has not yet been fully realized yet. And in some ways, I think that they're purposely shooting themselves in the foot in order to push a political agenda, which I think a lot of people have talked about on several channels. But I don't think it's going to last forever. Or I would say something else is going to come up and take YouTube's place as soon as the idea that instead of just doing this for free, you're doing this for, say, basic attention tokens, which is a cryptocurrency, a crypto token. Token and currencies, by the way, two different things, but I'll go into a different video. But any person can get up and just by getting views, as opposed to getting paid by advertising dollars, which YouTube again has a cap and says if you don't have this many subscribers and this many watch hours, you're not available for advertisers because we don't want to deal with your petty little channel. But with the cryptocurrency stuff, getting a tip of 2 cents from everyone who's watched the video could pay for a channel that's putting out pure, unbiased, unfiltered content that you may or may not agree with, and maybe you only seek out the people that you do agree with, or maybe you don't. Maybe you seek out people who are very entertaining, or have a certain what YouTube has now. They've got channels that really dive into this topic and that topic, and you just go and find the topics that you like. Again, I point to the History Guy, which is a great channel. So if you just want to get history stuff, imagine if you didn't have to rely on YouTube allowing him to get advertising dollars, but if you just watch the video and just the act itself of watching, you wouldn't even have to tip him necessarily, but just the act of you watching. I'm talking a lot about basic attention token because there's an internet browser called Brave that's very good. I've been using it for a little while now. I really like it. And just using that browser rewards you with some BAT tokens, and then you're, just by watching a commercial or getting hit to, getting passed onto the website or something like that, you start getting like little bits of BAT, and then you can go ahead and tip with BAT to certain content providers. And again, the independent content providers are really their target audience. Now, this may take years to get there, but I think we're on our way. The pieces are being put in place. And that's my take on things anyways. If you like this channel because it's giving you sincere content with unfiltered content, hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and pass it along to all your friends. And you can also check out the t-shirt store, which I've always put a commercial at the end of this. Right? Cheers. So you like movie quotes, and you gotta be dressed anyways. Why don't you check out my Threadless store and get all the Earl t-shirts you can handle.